Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gator Light, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gator Light hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
This episode is brought to you by Facebook. So you were scrolling on Marketplace, and there it was, the bike you'd been searching for. You sent a message, and it turned out the seller was super chatty, kind of funny, and an avid cyclist. The next thing you know, you're in a cycling crew. Well, a community cycling group. The thing about Facebook, you might find more than what you're looking for. From a browse to a bike ride, this summer find more on Facebook.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Coach Unplugged is brought to you by great people over at teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. Here is your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, happy Monday episode. Geez, I gotta look and see what episode. Episode 547 of Coach Unplugged. Today we're going to talk about with Nick. We're going to show you a coaching call with Nick and talk about transition offense. But before we get to that, a couple of big shout outs. First of all, to Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. Make sure you go over and check out those great people. I believe, and I might be wrong, I believe they have sold out of the home Dr. Dish, but they will be getting you can get on a waiting list, so make sure you call them. Mention Coach Unplugged. They'll get you on that waiting list, and they'll give you $350 off your next purchase. Also, if you are thinking of joining teachhoops.com, we're working on the site right now as we speak. Make sure you go over and join that. There's still a 14-day free trial. I think when the new site goes up, we're going to take that away. Also, subscribe and like if you like these podcasts. And if you're looking for more podcasts, there's 2 ways to get it. You can go over and check out teachhoops.com. I'm putting a daily behind the scenes kind of what my thoughts are every day from my phone podcast. And also, you can go over and join Patreon, just kind of if you feel like you want to get back to these podcasts, which take a lot of work and a lot of editing to get back up to all of you. You can go over and there's different levels, and you can go over and check out all those things on Patreon. So the link will be down below. All right, let's head off to the podcast. How are you doing? Can you hear me? You were talking there and I couldn't hear anything. You said hello and I heard that, and then I didn't hear anything after it. So.
Probably my internet. Well, one of the things I'm trying to do, I've noticed some. We've been playing some fall shootouts and type things, so I get to see kind of what we've been working on. I kind of have a nice advantage. We have an athletic period that we have every day of the school year.
Right. You're in Texas, right?
Yes. So I get to use that, and so we get to work on things year round, work on skills and stuff like that, and the offense and defense stuff. And so we've been kind of getting to see what we're implementing in the period, kind of get to see it a little bit of what it would look like in games, but with these fall tournaments and stuff. Yep. One thing I've noticed is because we've kind of always been, I'd say we most of the time kind of slower pace, not super slow, because we don't have a shot clock. So but I've noticed that we actually tend to turn it over more when we go slower compared to when we play faster. And it's almost because of the kids that I have, I almost take it as like they're kind of thinking too much.
Right. And it's almost like, I think sometimes the faster pace is easier in the sense that you can get things up. You can, before you turn it over, you're going to get a shot up or something like that. Yeah. And I was impressed actually yesterday when they were playing against, and we're playing against teams that are a lot bigger size wise than us. We have about 260 in our high school. Yeah. Okay. And so we're going against a lot of schools that are like 1,000+ type kids and stuff like that in their schools and stuff. Okay. So it gives us a good look athleticism wise against that and stuff. And we were able to push it well and make pretty decent reads, I thought, because we're mostly been the last 2 years, because I've been at this school, this is my 3rd year. And the last 2 years, we've been mostly a 5-out motion type
shooting a lot and really good shooting wise, small size wise. And then this year we've been implementing the dribble drive more.
Okay.
And because I have good guards that I can use, and we'll still use the 5-out some, but I noticed for rebounding purposes, I have a couple of posts that I could use on the inside now.
Right.
And so that's why we're looking at dribble drive. And I've noticed that I think it'll help us tempo-wise, but my worry is I'm not sure we're doing enough in practice to get us used to playing fast.
So every drill. So the couple things. First of all, you need to get them in shape.
Yeah.
So that's a given. When you're running at a fast pace, you got to tell them if you play quarters, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got to basically say we're gonna the fourth quarter's ours because they're gonna be just gas. That's the first thing. So when you're conditioning, but every drill you have to do full court. Like we'll even do 1 or 2 trips. Like we'll be working our half court offense or something, and it'll be bing, 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 and then we'll work on it again, bing, 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 bing. It's like everything has to be so they get used to. And the thing is, you want to set some goals for them. Like we want to get the ball over half court in 3 or 4 seconds. Okay. We want to get our first look at 6 to 7 seconds. Okay. We want to dribble at the hoop and take it by 8 or 9 seconds. So you can put that on the clock, and that's easy. And then they kind of get a sense of what it feels like, and you got to do it over and over. And then if you're doing dribble drive, then if you've gotten your dribble attack by 9, that means then you could have your kick back out. When they stop them, if you can go. If you stop them, then by 12 we should have another 3 seconds. We should have another look. Yeah. Those are the ones that are going to be open. It's those trailers coming down. Yeah, because that's where they get lost.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's 3, 4, 5 because they're going to try to run at that first 3 or that first shot. Mm-hmm. And if you're running the dribble drive, it's great. You're just going to go around them. Yeah. But then they've been yelled at to protect the rim. So that's where those trailers are going to be. They got to be ready to go and pop. Yeah. Yeah. That's
because I really think we'll be able to drive by people, even though we really shouldn't athletically. Right. Because last year we led the state and made 3-pointers for the season. And so it's like,
people are losing sleep over it. Yeah.
And so now they know they're like, it's scouted. That's what we do. We shoot. And so it's like they're closing out hard. And so it's even in these fall tournaments, because schools are all around, we all see each other, we all know each other, they all know what we do, and so they're closing out hard. And kids that I have that are super slow are able to get by kids and be able to take little.
So I think I'll literally take my hat off. That's a great adjustment on your part to do that, because you're right. Now, I mean, if you can shoot, they're gonna run at you like their pants are on. The kicker is now you got to teach the boys how to get in there, and if you get to that 6 to 8 reach and they stop you, you might not be able to get the shot off, but then you got to work on the footwork of the jump, stop, pivot, and then look. So that's a lot of practice time on that. And then those guys got to be like running down like, give me the ball, I'm going to be wide open.
Yeah, so I'm worried. Like, should we, when we're working on stuff, like right now, I'm not too worried about things, but we start our first official practice day is October 30th. So,
we're 50 days away right now. I just counted. We're 50 as of today, so I'm jealous. But go ahead, you get a couple.
Yeah. So it's nice because it's like right now I'm kind of just seeing what we need to work on and just getting little bits here and there. Yep. And so it's like one thing I noticed even defensively, because we're playing man this year for the first time. Normally we've been zone, but we're playing more man, but we're not denying at all. We're trying to take charges in the man defense. So we're kind of pack line, but a little more really kind of even tighter than that.
Okay.
And so really trying to play those drives because most schools around us can't shoot very well. Right. Because they rely on a bunch of football players, and I don't.
So you got to pack.
So, but one thing I noticed is the side ball screen is one thing that I know is because people ball screen a lot out here, and so we've been trying to kind of follow the basic rules of like pack in terms of going over the top and the help really playing that drive. But I'm seeing that like the kids are just really kind of not really understanding how to be aggressive on the ball to make sure they don't get melted on the screen. Like
the thing is, they got to basically stick their forearm out and they got to keep the distance so they can't set the screens. The guy getting screened has to literally set his forearm out like that. You got to practice like that's not a normal because it's got to be both ways. If they get body on you, then it's hard to step over it. But if you're getting forearm out and they're doing it, the step over is easy. So really work on that forearm, like literally describe it here. But it's like I'm going to put it here, and now you're going to come to that size. Well, you're going to be 4 feet. You're not 4 feet. You're going to be like 2.5 feet off me if I put my forearm out. Yeah, that's not a foul. I'm just putting my forearm out. I'm holding my space. Yeah. So, and then when you come try to do it, you're not setting the screen on me. you're 2.5 feet away. And then the
Okay.
step over is easy. So
Yeah. That makes a lot more sense, because I was noticing that this weekend too. I was like, "Ooh, that's a big issue." We can't
right, because they get basically they're touching each other, and then they can't step over.
Yeah.
So and then otherwise, if they take too big a step, then they'll slip on them. So you just stick that forearm out, make an L. And then, you got to work on that. That's a hard movement to work on, but I'm going to work on that with my point guard. We like to switch a lot, but we got to get him tiny. So we're going to have to get him through it and over it. So I'm going to literally with him, both my point guards, I'm going to have to work on, you got to get over it. We're not switching with you. You're just going to stick. So we're going to work on that for him, because I've been thinking about that too. And then the shooting thing, I would do like all your warm up or all your stuff at the beginning of practice. Like I would work on, that timing in a drill, like have a guy trailing and coming in and getting your shot, because there's a rhythm. Like I've seen it with my son. Like if I put him on the machine, 500 threes from international, he'll make 70%. When I get him moving, it's harder. So you just want to make it that it's that catching, and he's still really good, but it's like you want to get him out of that comfort zone. So that kick is easy, but rail 3 is not as easy.
Yeah, like because I even really that kick up into the transition to throw it up early to the wing isn't a normal. I mean, if you think about it, most shooting drills don't work on that type of movement of catching and pulling it through. And so,
and I don't know if you got any guys that can pop it too. But if let's say they drive down the right side and they pivot and they turn, there's no one there. There might be someone coming down the lane, barreling down the lane. You just give it to them and boom, or a layup. Yeah, so it's going to be, they got time. They have to tell them if they jump stop, you got 5 seconds, force 5 seconds. You're okay. Don't freak out.
Yeah.
Like somebody better be running down. Somebody will be open too. I mean, very rarely. But
yeah, because what surprises me is because so many teams are so wanting to hurry up and get set up in their presses, that really, if you actually have a true rim runner that just runs down the pipe, I mean, he's wide open.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're trying to work on that more. Look, don't even worry about the press break. Our press break is going to be beating them down the floor, because they're going to be worried about their guards getting up and setting it.
Once you beat some people down, they're just going to be sprinting back too.
Yeah.
One kicker you're going to have to work on too. We got about a couple minutes here, but you want to work on into that like 12-second thing. And then what happens when you don't have it? You know what I mean? All of a sudden you've run your break, you've dribbled, you've kicked it up. They've driven, they've pivoted, they look out, the guy isn't open for the 3. Well, then there's no secondary. That's our secondary. We're just into our offense.
Yeah.
So it's like that transition is harder than you think too. It's like, okay, so how do we fill our spots? How do we do our dribble drive? Where's everybody going? They're basically, you can interchange the spots, but where's the post going to go? He's going to go side, So it's like you got to work on their spacing, because you basically say once that kick out comes in, we're in our offense. We're not stopping. We're not resetting. We're just in that flow is hard. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like I said, because I was hesitant just because even in my other places I've been, I've been trying to be more slow the tempo, control it, because we're not as athletic as everybody else. But I've noticed we may not be as athletic, but we're skilled enough now that it doesn't matter, because ability to be able to score makes people play out of position and play those closeouts. And so it lets us attack.
We're going to do it better than you. We're just going to do it better than you.
And so you're saying, instead of just working on it, the offense out of the half court type thing, you're saying just do it in a down and back.
I call them one or two. I call them like one trip is like we'd work on it and then we go down once. But you can do like 3 trips. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll stop. 1, 2, 3, or 3 trips or 5 trips, or whatever you want to do. Because I wanted to get that feel of going. Trust me, they're not going to complain about going up and down the court.
No.
I mean, you're going to get them in shape playing the game, so that's the good part. But that transition's harder than
conditioning stuff a couple days a week outside of school. But I really like the idea of trying to get up and down more, so they can see even more of the transition lanes that open up. Yeah,
just try to get them doing it in practice, and you'll be good.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Yep. See ya. Hey, Coach. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, okay, go join teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. You want to become a better basketball coach. Let me help you. Where else can you find a mentor for, a dinner at McDonald's, basically? Let me help you. Not only resources and communities and handouts and one-on-one calls and office hours. It's got a little bit of everything that will help you become a better basketball coach. Also, go over, subscribe and leave a review. And if you're going to do any shopping on Amazon, click down below. We would appreciate it. All right. Have a great